Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me check. The last, yeah, the last period, 9.3, we did. So this word?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
It
Okay.
already.
Very good. Okay. So we want to, key expressions. Okay, I
Yeah.
remember. Well, uh, just as usual, we normally learn some phrases that we can use in different situations. Now it comes to just, like greeting old friends. And of
Yeah.
course, like asking about life, work. But here, of course, just we're going to focus on business
Mm.
language, formal and informal. So let me give you some, of course, these alternatives are perfect, very good. So why not? But you have
Mm.
also other phrases that you can use. First, we want to focus on commonly used phrases.
Mm.
And so what we normally use when talking, when speaking, so informal and formal and informal context. Well, the first one, how to greet old friends or acquaintances. So you know that friends are friends, acquaintances,
Mm.
people who you know, but not that much close, like friend. Okay?
Mm.
Uh, the first one, I'm not sure if you remember me. That is really good actually, so we can use. But
Mm.
uh, if it's actually informal context, we
Mm.
normally say, "Hey, long time no see," or "It's been
Mm.
ages." It's been
Mm.
ages, or "Great to see you again." So there are different phrases. Let me type. Uh,
Yeah.
for example, so let me divide it into
Mm.
informal and formal. The first one, hey, mm, long time no see, or it's been ages. Just I want to say that there are different phrases more,
Mm.
but or great to see you again. So like, it's been ages. If you want to ask, you can ask, how have you been? Okay,
Mm.
how have you been? The rest of it, so can be actually this question can be asked because it's good. Been. This is the first one. Now, if I want to
Um.
change, yes,
Yeah. I have a question. The
sure.
is been age
Yes,
similar the
yes,
same with
yes,
how's
yes.
been how you been, right?
When you haven't, of course, when you haven't met someone for a long time, haven't seen someone, for example, your
Yeah.
friend, for a long
Yeah.
time, you can say it's
Mm.
been ages or a long
Mm.
time, exactly the same meaning,
Yeah.
but of course, so
Yeah.
different phrases. Now, if I want to make it formal, just
Mm.
I say, it's pleasure to see you again.
Mm.
This is the first one. It's pleasure to see you again. And
Mm.
the next one, okay. For example, it's been ages. It's been a while. Okay, this is formal. Okay, it's been a
Mm-hmm.
while.
Yeah.
And I don't say, how have you been? I say, I hope you've been well. This is
Mm.
formal. Okay. And as you can see, we have, look this, I haven't seen you for ages. So this is, it's lovely to hear from you. And what are you doing here? When was the last time we saw each other? It's been a long time since we've been in contact. So as you can see, the combination of two formal and informal, we have here
Mm.
some other expressions that you can use. And
Mm.
then asking about life or work. So the first question, what's new with you? Yeah, how's everything going? So there are
Yeah.
informal phrases that we normally use. For example, mm, how's everything going? Yeah, this is good. Or, for example, I don't know what's new with you.
Yeah, but I have a question.
Yeah,
Yeah, you write out that when we meet a old friend or or old college, we the first thing we say hello to them, right?
sure.
From A, greet B.
Greeting.
So yeah, yeah, how to be respond because I don't see B, yeah,
How's
yeah, how to, for example, if I in a B situation, so how to respond
okay?
to
Which
A?
one? Ah, you want to answer for them? Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you mean so how to answer? How's everything going? Or what's
yeah.
new with you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's talk about them. Yes, of course, I can. The first part, as you can see, how have you been? Let's get started with this one. Means how are you? But
Yeah.
how are you for that period? How are you? So actually, a question that we ask at the moment, like how are you now? Okay, but
Mm.
when I say
Yeah.
how have you been, it's like a long time that I haven't
Mm.
seen you. So how are you that time during? So because of this, I need to use present perfect. This is the first time.
Mm.
And of course, exactly the same answer. Now, how's everything going? If it's good, pretty good. How about you? Pretty good. How
Yeah.
about you? Not
Yeah.
bad, not too
Yeah.
bad. So that's your
Mhm.
choice, of course.
Yeah.
Or everything is going well. Everything is
Mm.
going well. Thanks for asking. So let me like, what do we say? Let me say, pretty good.
Mm. Mm.
Pretty good. Okay. If you want to ask that person, that is really good. How about you?
Mm.
Of course,
Yeah.
it's your choice. If, for example, everything is great, just
Mm.
everything has been great. So of course you can say great. If it's
Yeah.
or I don't know, can't complain.
Mm.
How about yourself? Like this again. How about you? Everything,
Yeah.
how's everything going? Everything is
Yeah.
going well. Everything is going well. How about you?
Yeah. And so can you give me some face for respond in some
Of course, question
situation?
and
Yeah.
of course. So for each of them, I will give you
Because
some answers.
yeah, because I think there are a lot of way to respond in this situation, but
Of course.
something I feel a little bit confused it in formal and formal, and how and the meaning of that phrase in some situation.
Of course, you should
Yeah.
know how to answer because mostly
Yeah.
people that, yeah, of course, yeah. Well, the second one, so now they are informal.
Yeah.
Answering the same questions, okay,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
a little bit formal. Things
Mm.
are going well, thank you. Just a little bit
Yeah.
change it. Or
Yeah.
I'm doing well. Normally people use this. I'm doing well. This is
Yeah.
formal, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, how are you? Or for example, when I say, how's everything going? How's
Mm.
everything going can be answered with, I'm doing well. Okay, how
Yeah.
about you? But I'm doing well is formal.
Mm. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the answer of how's everything going? And
Mm.
then you can say, all is going well. Thank
Mm.
you. All is
Mm.
going well. Thank you. How about you? So thank you,
Mm.
like this.
Mm.
So this is the first one, the answer for the first one. Now,
Yeah.
what's new with you? You want, what's up? What's new with you? Okay, not much. Just,
Mm.
same old, same old. This is.
Mm.
So, not much. If you
Mm.
don't have anything to talk about, not much. Same old, same old. Just
Mm-hmm.
exactly the same routine. And let me just, okay, so this is related to what's new with you. Okay? These
Mm,
three, how's everything going? Okay, now I'm talking about what's new with you. Okay? Not much. So nothing new I'm in. Okay? Just
mm,
just the usual, nothing exciting. I don't know. Nothing exciting. Just usual, nothing exciting. Yeah. These two
mm,
can be useful. Of course, other, but I don't want to make you confused. If you wanna make it more formal, ah, not much to report, but things are going smoothly. So if
yeah.
everything is okay, but you don't have anything special to talk about, you
Mm,
can say, "Mm, not much
yeah.
to report, but things are going
Yeah.
smoothly."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, this is good.
Mm,
And well, if you have anything, for example, I don't know, maybe
mm,
there have been a few development. This is too
mm,
formal. There have been a few at work because you are
mm,
talking. Actually, I'm giving some, you are talking about your
mm,
work. So this is business situation, so context. So there have been some developments at work. I'm excited about it. So this is another
mm,
phrase. But normally we answer with this because we don't need to, report everything. Just maybe
mm,
brief. So this is the first one. Okay, now let's keep going with the rest of our expressions. Let's see what we have more. So just I forgot what it was. Okay, this one. The last. Okay. Let me check it. Yeah, asking about life or work. Okay, so
mm.
what about you? Or okay, now the next one that is
Yeah.
yes,
But yeah, I have another question.
you can
Um,
ask
yeah.
as much
What
as you want. Yeah.
what happened if the my friend they say hello to me in the formal, but I answer in the with some with some phrase in informal, and what happened?
So it depends. So let me say, human, your friend greet you in a formal way.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yes.
Yeah, but you. So first of all, when someone starts talking to you, actually, this is something like cultural. Okay.
Mm,
If I start talking to you in a formal way, it means,
mm,
okay, just, I would prefer formal language. Please talk to me in a formal way because
yeah,
I'm the first, okay?
yeah,
So this is
yeah.
good. But it's not impolite, if you feel like it. But that is for example, when someone is using
Mm,
too formal language, like, you feel like this is a business contact or, for example, conversation. So just you need to be careful what words you're using. But there is no problem. This is your friend. You're saying, this is my friend. Actually,
yeah,
French don't do this. French don't do this. They normally ask some normal questions. But
yeah,
if someone start talking with you with a formal language, it's better to
yeah,
answer and to make respond using formal
yeah,
expressions. Not too formal. I don't say too formal, but showing respect and politeness. This
yeah,
is better.
yeah,
But of course,
yeah.
all this, for example, when someone, I don't know, ask you, I'm asking about your life, okay? Or how have things been on your end, okay?
Mm,
So
yeah,
this is, you know that, oh, formal. So let's answer. Of course, the answers can be
yeah,
used for both. For example, when you say, yeah, not much can be used for both formal and informal. So there is no
yeah,
problem with it. But if
yeah,
you
yeah.
want to add explanation, it's better to be appropriate for the context or the situation or the person. So that is really
Mm,
important. Yeah.
mm,
But
mm,
all of them are polite phrases. So if you say,
yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah, yeah, because there are a lot of ways to respond in in a lot of situations. So
Up.
I'm
Great.
not sure that I can react fits with their language and
Yeah.
with the situation. Yeah.
Yeah. For
So
example, yeah, I
yeah,
know.
I think the solution that I have to remember some phrase that can use in the same uh, language, informal and
Yes, of
formal.
course,
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
course. So as you can see, the answers, questions can be different.
Yeah.
Questions can be different, but answers can be used. But things are going smoothly. For example, if you say, it's not this like, okay, your friend says, what was that? No, it's okay,
Mm.
but you don't need it. And you know
Yeah.
what? There are lots of phrases depending on my character. Maybe I use another phrase. Okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you have, this is the beginning. So if you have one or two of them, then you can
Mm.
use, for example, if someone asks me, what's up? Okay.
Mm.
I say, not
Mm.
much. Not
Mm.
much. How about you? Formal, informal. That's it.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
what's up is informal question. So I
Mm.
don't ask, for example, my boss, what's up? This is informal. About questions, be careful.
Mm.
Answers, no, because they're polite. So no problem. But it's better to use informal for informal, formal for
Mm.
informal. So that is,
Mm. Yeah.
yeah. Uh, let's keep going. Asking
Yeah.
about life, okay, and of course the answer. So we answer what's new with you, or this is, as you can see, what's new with you is informal.
Mm.
Now, if I want to make it so, uh, how have things been on your end?
Mm.
Answer this. This is a formal questions means what's new with you? Okay,
Mm.
so what's new
Yeah.
with you? So let's answer this. First of all, this is really good phrase, especially in formal or both. This is really good for formal and both informal.
What's new?
No,
What
no,
new?
what's new? How have, yeah, let me type it here. This is formal.
Yeah.
Okay.
What new is informal,
Yes,
right?
yes. As you can see, I type it here. Yes. How,
What's new or what's up, right?
yeah, they're informal. Yes.
Yeah.
How have things been on your end?
Yeah.
Really common phrase, both
Mm.
formal and informal.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's really good phrase. So, and you can use, it means what's up. So
Mm.
you want to ask, or what's new with you? Polite,
Yeah.
formal, informal, okay. So
Mm.
that is really good. Actually, you can use it for emails, for calls, for meetings. So everywhere you can. It's like it
Mm.
sounds professional. It's good.
Mm.
Or
Yeah.
how are things going? Okay,
Mm.
how are things going? How's everything going? Now I want to
Mm.
make it a little informal. How's everything going? Yeah.
Yeah.
So different, I don't want to make you confused because there are a lot, but this is good. Okay. And now, how to answer it. Okay. When someone says, again, you know that it's exactly the same, but informal answer. Okay. When someone says, how have things been on your end? Pretty good. Thank you. This is informal. Again, you can use it. Pretty good. Not
Yeah.
too bad. Yeah,
Mm.
all good here. They are informal.
Yeah.
Formal, everything has been going well. How about
Mm.
yourself? Everything
Mm.
has been going well. So exactly the same question, just I change it.
Yeah.
This is, or things are going well. Thanks for asking.
Mm.
This is formal. Things
Mm.
are going well. Thanks for asking. This is the answer for it. But
Mm.
formal. The
Mm.
answer, these two ans yeah, the answer is formal.
Yeah.
For
I see.
informal, yes.
I see some key expression in the book.
Yeah, let me
in
see.
the lab of the paper of the book.
Here,
So some the question in the key present is formal or informal.
actually, we have both of them. As I told you,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, the mix of informal housework, informal.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
How's life treating you? Informal. So, what
Mm,
have you been doing? Formal. So, or
mm,
both of them, of course, we can use both of them. Or, for
mm.
example, I haven't seen you for ages. So, informal.
Đó.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you remember me. So, a little bit formal. So, actually, it's been a long time since we've been in contact. Definitely formal. So, you can use it.
Yeah.
So, actually, we have both of them here. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we can say that some phrases are semi-formal. Semi-formal, like, for example, this
Mm,
one. How have things been on your end? You can use
mm,
it. There is no problem. No one says, oh, this is formal. Why are you using? Oh, it's okay. You can use.
mm.
But for example, some questions are really good questions and you can guess the answers. Let me say something.
Yeah.
When I say
Yeah.
how are you? How have
Mm,
things been? How? You
mm,
answer with good. This is informal. Pretty good, actually. No complaint. Everything is going well. How?
mm,
So the answer is with good, bad. This
mm,
is actually a tip. Then you don't
mm,
forget. So when someone asks you, how are you? How have you
mm,
been? How have things? The only thing that should be changed is the subject. How are
mm,
you? Asking about you. How
mm.
have things been? Asking about everything in your life. Just this. The
Yeah.
subject is changed, and then
Mm,
yeah, you can answer
mm,
the same. Well, things are going well. Everything is going well. Yeah,
yeah.
pretty good. So the answers are the same. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, any other question?
No. No, I
Well,
don't.
of course. And if you want to ask someone, that is really important, actually. It's not only about answering the question. When you want to keep conversation going, you need
Mm,
to show respect and it's better to ask,
mm,
So, for
mm.
example, uh, I'm happy to say, all is well,
Yeah.
just, all
Mm,
is well, good. Thank you. How about you? How are things
yeah.
about, yeah, with you? So
Yeah.
that is really
Yeah.
important. So how about you? How are things with you? How
Yeah.
are things with you? So this is
Yeah.
formal again, but it's
Yeah.
good to ask. So for example, I want to give you two alternatives here, formal, informal. When someone
Mm,
asks you, how have you been? How, I don't know, how's everything? Or so for example, how have things been? So, how about you is informal. Okay? This is the first
yeah.
one. We have informal. Now, if you want to ask a formal, how are things with you? Or how have things been with you? So it depends.
Yeah.
You choose which tense you want to use. How are things with you? Now you can ask informal, formal, both of them. When someone asks you and you also want to use a phrase to ask them. Okay? Well,
Mm,
and now let's keep going with the rest of we have changing subject. It's good one, actually. Let's talk about it. What about you? No, that's actually the reason it's good one. We normally use it and I like it. So that's the
yeah.
reason that why I'm calling you. It's good one. We use it. But if you want to change the subject, the most common informal phrase is by the way. We
Yeah.
use it a lot. By the way. Anyway. Anyway, by the way, both of
Yeah.
them. You want to change. So you say, by the way, anyway.
Mm.
Okay. Anyway, speaking of that, for example, issue this informal. Okay. And
Mm.
now I wanna uh, use formal. For example, on another note, before we
Mm.
move on another note, or before we move on, okay? For example, I'd like to mention this. So these two, you want to change, okay, the subject, but so on another note, you want to talk about something different. Informal language, you say, by the way. Yeah, by the
Mm.
way, this. Before we continue, before we move on, I'd like to
Mm.
mention this. Okay, so these two are good. And here, that's actually the reason why I'm calling. Yeah, it's good. But here you also, giving the reason that why you're calling. Okay, so it's
Yeah.
good, very good. We normally use it, natural. It's really good, clear question, expression. Okay, so we use it, and you can also use
Mm.
especially in both business, casual phone conversation, the reason why I'm calling. You can use it. It's really good. Then, of course, it's like, transition just to return to the main topic. Hello, how are you?
Mm.
How's everything? Okay, then, the reason why I'm calling, you can combine both of them. Okay.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And the reason I'm calling, the reason I'm calling, just, I'm calling to, easiest one. I'm calling to, for example, and
Yeah.
asking, do you have any questions so far? Or are they
No, no, I
clear?
don't.
Are they
Yeah.
clear? Okay, very good. Well, we keep going with asking a favor, but first let's log out before running out of time. So let's log out and log in, and then we
Yes.
keep
Yes.
going.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah. Okay.
Well.